80 years ago today, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, an invasion that would lead to the defeat of the Nazis 11 months later.
Roughly 160,000 troops from the U.S., the U.K., France, Canada, and other nations stormed the heavily defended Nazi beachfront in what still is the largest military invasion by sea ever. According to the National World War II Museum, the invasion along the coast of Normandy stretched 50 miles. Of the 160,000 Allied troops, more than 23,000 airborne troops jumped into Normandy from 822 aircraft.
In the sea, there were more than 7,000 vessels, including 4,000 landing craft and 1,200 warships. More than 34,000 Americans came ashore just on Omaha Beach alone. The Allies suffered more than 10,300 casualties. Approximately 2,400 servicemen were on Omaha Beach.
And this morning, this is a live look at the memorial ceremony in France where world leaders and veterans, many of them nearly 100 years old, are gathering for what could be their last trip to France. Jared Hill has more.
Only the highest courage and determination could avail.
It was 80 years ago to the day that Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France. This morning, crowds gathered on those same sands for reenactments, marking D-Day, lauded as the beginning of the end of World War II.
The celebration started when we liberated each town.
It evokes memories of a very special day for me, when I first realized the true horror of war, I suppose.
It's likely the last major commemoration for many of the aging witnesses to the moment that reshaped the world. President Biden is joining more than 24 world leaders for ceremonies in France. Amid the remembrances abroad on Capitol Hill,
we thank those service members who fought on that day.
The Senate Committees on Veterans Affairs and Aging, in a joint hearing, collaborated on how to support the families and people paid to provide long-term care to veterans like those on the beach in Normandy 80 years ago.
We must provide care for those who return home from service with injuries, both mental and physical.
As the world celebrates the victories out of Normandy, a moment of honor for the 9,388 American soldiers under the crosses and stars of David, most who died on D-Day or shortly after. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Now, ironically, France did not invite Russia, which was a World War II ally, to the commemoration ceremonies because of its current war against Ukraine. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to take a look at a special parachute jump honoring the heroes of D-Day.